Meine Damen und Herren,
Ladies and gentlemen, just a very few concluding remarks. And before that concluding remark, a short comment. The open forum has triggered off many feelings and emotions and discussions, also in the minds of those who participate in the Wipf. And we will now hear the message that we want to send to the Wipf. A group of participants will, in fact, be bringing this message to the Wipf, and we'll hear this message now. We're a team. Two gentlemen from Denmark and from France are not here anymore. We worked for about 9 hours throughout the night and the morning to draft this message, and we now have the result. We'll read to you.
To the Wipf 2004. Preamble. Members of civil society oppose all fundamentalism. Any position that refuses to question itself is not for the dialogue. We call upon these with most influence and most resources to question themselves, to make sure that the serious work against suffering in all the forefront of their minds, guiding all their deeds. In our wealth and privilege, we can too easily forget the suffering going on every country, and we forgot the incredible responsibility we have.
Mental preparation. We therefore invite everyone to put themselves in the skin of the child who goes hungry to bed. Let's put ourselves in the position of the parents who are forced to sell their children. Think about innocent civilians, boys, girls, fathers, mothers, and conscripts, all caught in the crossfire of armed conflict. Develop compassion for the person forced into prostitution in order to finance health care for his or her child. The systems we all are part of sometimes make free choices an illusion. And we sometimes feel forced to act against our wills and consciences. Therefore, the social and ecological responsibilities of those who are able to shape the systems of the world is overwhelming. Let us never let them lose a sense of humility in the face of power. This needs empowerment of civil society.
Transform words into actions. One powerful antidote to fundamentalism is open dialogue on a level playing field. In the name of dialogue, as members of civil society, we welcome the Open Forum, which started an additional contribution to dialogue with civil society. But we express our desire for more dialogue, more taboo-focused dialogue, where all of us leave our certainties behind. This, we believe, is absolutely necessary if all stakeholders are to learn from each other, and we all need to learn and improve together in order to transform those words into action. To form a better world, let us implement transparency, accountability, and means for fair sanctions.
Conclusion. Improving the state of the world is also our aim. Let us make sure that we are not abusing these fine words. Let us together put it in daily actions.
That's a very beautiful concluding comment of this open forum, and thank you so much for your contribution. We are all continuing to fight, not just the experts and the panelists who were with us during the open forum and those who have to take decisions, those who work in the media, those who work at the Wipf, all of us, all of you who have thronged here and in great numbers and who are coming to our fora in even greater numbers, a wide palette of people not only from Davos and the vicinity, but from the whole of Switzerland and the whole world. That has been and still is the purpose of this open forum, which is the initiative of Der Desert Bread for All, the Federation of Protestant Churches and the NGOs. We approached Wipf, and it is not the open forum of the Wipf, but since it is a bridge-building exercise, and since there are two pillars that are needed to bridge a gap, we want this open participatory cooperation with Wipf, and this is something that has actually taken place. And this is something that we support, that we abide by, we, the organizers, because we want to discuss the Wipf subjects in public. These subjects are much too important to be restrained exclusively within Wipf, where, in fact, the NGOs are participating as well. So we want a critical but constructive dialogue, a dialogue which is not only a debate, but also gives some guidance as to the major objectives, gives some guidance about the questions that concern us and preoccupy us. We would like to be able to help in supplementing the slogan of this year of prosperity and security with other ideas and values, whether we can contribute them from our own vantage point or others, that is to say, justice and equity for the poor. I am very happy to say this as someone who hears the poor crying out loud. I don't see the Wipf as an ethical vacuum at all. There are people with whom we can talk, who have an ear for our concerns, and after all, many of them are members of our own churches. But they need some pressure from the outside. The open forum is not an alternative to movements such as the World Social Forum or the Public Eye or the Declaration of Bern. We see ourselves as an additional instrument. All of us are needed. But what I believe in is this critical dialogue which brings about a coming together, a uniting. So once again, many thanks for your interest in this open forum. We actually organize it for you. I'd like to thank all those who have worked in the background, the representatives of the various organizations, also the staff of Wipf with whom we work together in critical and open partnership. I think your presence and participation proves that Wipf must open itself a little more mentally as well. We need types of organization in which people who have decisions to take have an exchange with the wider public. But we have seen that we cannot determine the world. without taking an interest in the civil society, in the people for whom such decisions are taken. So I believe that the Wipf will have to open itself up a little more mentally. I'm quite sure that all of the participants will return home to go on taking decisions with an increased awareness of needing to listen to what the people at the roots in the field feel and believe, what their concerns are. And I do hope that the opponents of globalization, those who criticize globalization, who seem to be caught up in a kind of a prejudice, that they too will be able to listen to others. We need a participation from all, but it is very bad to remain closed in with people who think like you, with like-minded people. You need dialogue. You also need to listen to what other people have to say with other opinions. We may not simply retreat into dogmatism. So please do not give up. In the name and on behalf of the co-organizers of the Open Forum, please continue debating. Please think, or do not think, that there is nothing you can do. Every one of us can contribute a little bit. If we can still famine and dry tears, then all of us will be enriched on this planet, and all of us can help in achieving this. Thank you.
Ich glaube, dazu gibt es nicht.
Well, there's not really much that can be added to what Mr. Wipf has just said. Just a few personal comments, if you like. For me, it has been great joy to see that it is possible to build a bridge between the population and the forum, and it proves the fact that there are so many people here that this bridge is an active element. It proves that one can sit together, that one can defend one's opinion, enter into a critical dialogue, and to perhaps understand certain points of view on the other side that one may have overlooked. And this may help us in taking better decisions. Now, I am convinced that all decision takers don't take these decisions in ill faith. Sometimes one does not have the knowledge of all the components and elements. One does not always have all the necessary information, and therefore some decisions are not the right ones. This is why these opportunities of getting together with other people, of having a debate and exchange of views with the population, simply is an opportunity to improve one's knowledge and the information one has, which will help us all to take better decisions and set the points to go off in the right direction. So once again, thank you most warmly to all of you, especially to all of those who have attended all of our fora. This really shows commitment, very deep commitment, which fills me with joy. It also proves how important and relevant this forum is. Obviously, this is not our only endeavor. There's a lot that has to be done. But it shows that our presence is of worth and value. I'd also like to thank all the co-organizers most warmly. Once again, every time they help us to remember at all times that there are other opinions and that we can never see all the angles and facets of an issue. Again, this year we have been able to see the benefit of such gatherings. So thank you very much, and I look forward very much to seeing you again next year.